Guys, it's Erica Stone, and I had a couple of requests for a video tutorial on using Fotor's banner maker. Some of it's intuitive and some of it isn't, but once you get to know the buttons, this thing is really cool. So I am on the Fotor banner site, and I have two options. I can choose a preset size for my banner, or I can make one from scratch, and I'm going to start by doing that. Let's just make a 403 pixel banner, and the reason I chose 403 is because Facebook's images, when you share an image in your timeline, are default to 403 pixels by 403 pixels. Anyway, that brings up my square banner to work with. And the first thing I want to do is click on background and choose the kind of background I want to apply. I can do this linear gradient, which see how it's light on one side and dark on another, and I could even adjust the color of that gradient. See, that's pretty cool, right? Or I could do solid color. Click on this color bar, and this solid black line color bar will pop up a color selector, so you could pick a background color like that. And then click the Content tab to go back to adding text and images to your banner. In this case, I'm going to add some text. I'm going to have to make up a topic here. Let's say I'm writing about Halloween costumes for girls. And I hit the return key after costumes because I want to be able to increase my text to take up a good chunk of space here. I can make it bold if I want. This will tell me if it's centered or adjusted to align to the left or right. These arrows, if they're green, will allow you to put text on top of images or images on top of text. They'll tell you, they'll let you move the items you've added to your banner up and down in layers. Again, I can change the color of my font. So let's pick something, yellow looks fine. Wild, okay, whoops, I gotta click that to make it stick. And then you can rotate your text back and forth. You could increase the line height between the text. And then when that's done, just click on the background to pop out of that. But you can also increase the font size, and thanks to someone on OBI for finding out how to do this. Just grab that arrow, the turning arrow here, and drag it to the corner, and you'll increase your font size. It also tries to turn it, so you've got to straighten that out. But you can also move your item up, down, and around. Then there's clip art that you can attach. So if I want to put a stripe like this, once I click on this pink stripe here, I get 4 different options, including the one that was shown in the display. I could put a green box on here, and add some more text to that. I can resize it again by dragging. I could turn it, make it an arrow. I can click the X to delete it. And then if you click on this More button, you'll see not only are there message board types, which are displayed down here, but there are buttons for hot. And I could page through them. I love this one. I could add that. I could make it bigger. I could turn it. There are discount buttons, regular buttons, free buttons, exclusives. New is a good button to use when we're building banners to use on our sites, and again, we're using this to put an image on our post that we could use on Pinterest or other Web 2.0 sites to get some attention. We could click the new and see that there are some different color options. So I could throw a yellow one on there, and again drag the circle to change the size and move that around. Okay, so that's one option. And then when you're done, this isn't exactly the prettiest thing I've ever created, but when you're done, you click on the save option. Let's make sure I've got all my items. Save. I can apply the adjustments. Now sometimes that seems to take off my items, so I might have to redo them. Then you would save to your computer, and then you'll have that file to use. Now there's another option, and that is to click on banner. So when we first started on the Fotor banner site, there was an option to click preset. We'll discard this. Oops. There was an option to choose some preset template sizes. If you click those, remember there was a 500 by 500, there's some stock templates that you can work with that are really cool. So you can put your own words and your own items on here. So I loved, for example, where's this one? Love this one. If you click on it, it comes up so that you can work with it. You can click on an item and change the text. Maybe instead of make your baby's traveling life wonderful, you want to say find a dream crib for your baby. And then that's changed. And maybe because you're not doing a sale, you want to change the 40% to great choices, something like that. And then you'd want to shrink use the little circle to shrink the font to get it to fit, since you made the words longer. Okay, I gotta straighten those out. The thing really likes to turn. Sensitive. You know, at top rated sounds good, but maybe you want to change everyday essentials to your site name, or you know, something like dream baby cribs. You could change the color of the items. Now see how this is, you can see how this is put together. They used this image here over a square image of a crib. And how cool does that look, right? You can play with those pieces. You could delete them. You could, you know, cover them with something else. Like you could click on the crib and take it off and put something else on, a picture of your own crib, or again, one of these items from over here, like new, and maybe this tag. You would play around with the items that are on there. So you have templates that are pre-designed that you can work with, and you have the ability to create your own from scratch. And that's how you use this, these options over here. Then again, when you're ready, save your item, save it to your computer, and then you can use it in your project. I hope that helps people feel more comfortable with the Banner Maker tool. I think it's pretty slick. Thanks.